The most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree? I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Hi there guys, welcome back into another session. Hoping everyone is having a brilliant start to the week. Few things to look at with you all today. We're going to have a look at Solana. We're going to have a look at some meme coins because there's some really good charts out there. I said this weeks ago that some of the meme coin charts are just trading technically really brilliant, to be honest. We're going to have a look at some BTC levels, and we're going to have a look at some lower time order flow on BTC with the TRDR console as well, because some interesting things going on lower time frame. Okay, so let's dive in. I don't know why I've got Alien in my feed there. I just noticed that. I think it's more to do with a new Alien film coming out, isn't there? Right, I'm going off topic here. I'm a bit of a tinfoil hat. I do like the old UFO and alien shit. Anyway, I digress and we'll move on. This week, lock the fuck in. I think we're coming to a point that I've mentioned a couple of weeks ago. I thought we're up for a little bit of a subdued downwards kind of June. I'm looking for a move towards the end of June into July. I think we're coming to that point now. I want to concentrate on Solana for a minute because it's still one of the best charts out there. Feel like I'm shilling it. Maybe I am. It's just one of the best charts, so I hope everyone can do well off it, to be honest. So back on the 17th, we're looking for a bit of a deviation down on Sol. Come and really scam some bears down here. We eventually got that. Okay, so we're back down here. One of the main replies was basically, yeah, looking for a send back there, basically. With good spot bid down here, down to 120. Don't get bearish into lows and deviations on higher time frame trends. Okay, so 120 was really well defended down there. Classic TA level as well. What do we see? We're bouncing back up and we're reclaiming the trend. Okay, so there's a little bit of work to do back here on Sol now, but what I want to see is I don't want big rejections here. Don't want big rejections and fall back over. Okay, if you were following us on the live sessions last week, we were saying that what we want to do is hold this level, make this a deviation and get some continuation. Okay, so just something to bear in mind, but a very nice chart from Soyboy Solana. With that being said, the meme coins are performing well on Sol as well, and I do just want to dive over and have a look at a couple of them because I think there's opportunity out there in the market for you guys if you are playing these charts. For me, technically, you know, I just think some of these charts look good. I mentioned this weeks and weeks ago on one of the videos as well. And I think there's a lot of opportunity still out there for you as well. I don't think the meme season is over. I don't think retail are fully invested yet. And especially when you look at some of these assets and the market caps on them. Okay, so do your own research, not a shill whatsoever, not invested in any of these whatsoever, to be honest. I just, you know, like to point these charts out to you guys, technically and otherwise. Let's go through a couple, okay? So, Retardio, massive following on Twitter and the like this. And look at this, you know, I'm on a daily chart at the minute, but technically just really respects the levels. And what I want to point out is a running theme that I see on a lot of these charts where they get this kind of like grinding PA downwards, and you see it on a 4 hour. It stands out really well on a 4 hour as well, where you get this grinding, sloping, dragged, curved down PA, and then they get these mega bid and boosts up really good. Let me just show you that on a 4 hour quickly. You see this kind of pattern here? Really something to look out for, almost like a descending triangle that we used to get in the old school days of Bitcoin back in like the 2018 era. But all I'm saying is really good support levels, resistance levels, flip these levels. You know, maybe Retardio comes down here and gets a little bit of a kick. Again, mentioned this on the live last week when one of the guys was looking at the meme coins, okay? And I just said, yeah, some of these charts are ridiculous. And it was last week we were looking at Popcat, and I said, yeah, stuff like the Popcat chart is just ridiculous. Look at this, absolutely brilliant. 570 million market cap. I'm sure that'll hit a billion at some point soon. Giga Chad, wondered why I had some bodybuilder slash Chad-esque Twitter feed going on this morning in my charts. Yeah, absolute mega send. Again, 58 million market cap. I'm not really keen on the images and the socials in this one, to be honest. It looks a bit shit, but if you're into that sort of thing, I'm sure it'll do well, to be honest, and especially at the market cap it's at the minute. Really, really good. I am a fan in general of the Matt Fury artwork and memes that he produces, and some of his coins are doing really, really well as well. We all know about Pepe, obviously, but you've got Landwolf, you've got Andy, Brett, and others. Okay, so Bear Dog, I think there is as well out there. So some really, really good ones out there. And again, technically, really, really good start for this one on Landwolf. This is the Soy Boy Solana version. Really, really good start for Landwolf. 168 million market cap. Nice technical chart. Could have a little bit more time in this area. You know, certainly wouldn't recommend trading trend lines and shit like that. On stuff like this, I would just look for your horizontal levels in your market cap and your price as well, and just see if those areas are defended. With that being said, one of my favorites at the minute, and the chart included, is actually Boys Club on Ethereum, the ERC20. Go and check this one out on Twitter as well. I'll drop a link for it, but they've got a great website, great Twitter feed. They've got the Telegram going as well, and yeah, it's a low liquidity one at the minute. Market cap 1.8 million. Overall supply 100 million. All right, when you're looking at stuff like this on some of the other assets, 9.9 billion on Landwolf, and then you go to something like this, where can it go? Well, we'll see. But with these kind of elongated grind up, again, looking at the 4 hour there, elongated grind down, so you trend up, elongated grind down, push, elongated grind down, curl down. Maybe you have to consolidate down here a little bit longer. But yeah, I think the risk reward on some of these assets for you guys, obviously DYOR, do your own research, but really, really good. And especially when you've got stuff like this with low supply, spot buys, obviously you can, some of these meme coins are hitting the derivatives and you can hedge your positions, but certainly looking very, very good. I think there's a lot of opportunity for the next year to 2 years. I'm not talking about moonshots in the next day or so. I don't even really look at the main deck screen at all these moonshots, to be honest, because a lot of them are just pump and dumps out there, really, to be honest. But there are some absolute gems out there still to be had. Okay, so with that being said, let's pop back. Just want to go and have a look at Big Boy Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's being pretty easy at the minute, so I'm going to try and keep my timeline on Twitter a little bit less cluttered, okay? Because I think Bitcoin's easy unless you are a scalper scalping in lower time frame trades, okay? But yeah, mention to the guys in the Discord that, this was our last really, really good risk on, 56, 57K, all right? This was our last real risk off, just under 72K. If you've been following along for the last few weeks, you would have known this. Area of interest next, actually, for us was 65K, and we're looking for wicks under 65K. If you followed us on the live sessions, keep up to date with those as well. When we were in that area, we said, we're not convinced, okay? We're not fully convinced because the aggregated book depth wasn't quite there. We had some bid, we had some BTC diamonds from the TRDR console, but the book depth wasn't there. What I have to say is, I do now like this area. Down in the 60K, you've had a big wick there, and then you've just come back up. Everything's looking a little bit better here, okay? Coming up, monthly open, previous month value area low to attack there. Everything's looking a little bit constructive, okay? Couple of tweets I just want to point out. This one from, don't know how you pronounce his name, unfortunately, but good tweet, to be honest, from Quintin, is basically BTC minor capitulation has reached levels comparable to when BTC was at 16K. Discussing this with one of the guys in the Discord earlier, and I think this is a little bit of a, I think it's a bit extreme to say brick, and it's a bit exaggerated, but it's nice to see it. It's a bit of I don't know, sensationalism, isn't it? But what I did like to see, and I just saw these two tweets at the similar time, was this one, which was looking good, and then and I do like where we are technical in the BTC chart anyway. And then I like to see this one from our friend Cole Garner as well, TRDR user. Biggest Fed net liquidity rate change spike in 15 months. The last time that happened, Bitcoin rose 40% in 1 week. Not assuming a repeat, but you love to see it. So do we rise 40% in the next week or so? Look, maybe not, but I think we're in a risk-on area. We mentioned this in the lives and the video last week. I think we're in a risk-on zone where you need to be looking for a little bit of bid and a little bit of risk-on. Okay, turn the leverage down. You know, support your spot positions with intraday trading. Maybe you're still hedging scalp shorts and the like. But yeah, I think everything's looking pretty good in order for Bitcoin, to be honest. So let's jump in and really quick, let's have a look at a few levels. So yeah, Dixie's still pushing up on these this high time frame, really elongated range now, pushing the highs there. Gold futures ranging, Coinbase looking good, trending nicely. S&P still pushing the highs and tearing bears 2 bits. Bitcoin weekly level, smashed the weekly 21. We've wicked lower, we've come back up, and we're now in that support zone. So we need to find some bid and get some continuation. Okay, daily chart, all looking good and constructive. Mentioned this to the guys on the live the other week as well, that if we do come down and nick a little bit lower, which we still could do, you know, order block 57k if we were to. I'm not sure we are going to. I'm not sure we are. I'll just watch the order flow every day. Every session could be different. But if we do, that is the next area. I would 57k, I would be like, right, this is really risk on now, okay? 72 days out from the Bitcoin halving. 4-hour chart is starting to look a little bit messy now. If we just look at the range we're pulling on the 4-hour chart, don't know why I've got the drawing tool open there. It's starting to look a little bit messy, okay? So let's just zoom in a little bit further. We can see the downtrend we've had. Okay, we can see the downtrend we've had. All you need to do is this. There you go. Okay, so downtrend now broken. Do we back test it? 61k would be a technical back test. That would be quite nice. Not something I would trade, to be honest. I like to be risk on from the most opportune moments, which is actually down here. Okay, tweeted that last week. 60k, just over 60k, looks really good. So yeah, monthly open here. Overall value area low of the range. Previous month value area low just floating above us. Okay, we've got that 4-hour 700 MA just up at 60, just over 66k. What I do think is going to be difficult, but I think when we do move, it's going to be hard and fast. That's what she said. Anyway, I think it's going to be hard and fast, but 67k is going to be a tough one. You've got all these pointer controls up at 67k. Range POC cluster, I've just called it there. So it's going to be tough work up there, but we'll see what we're getting. As I say, we'll follow the order flow in the TRDR console as we go. Hourly time frame on big boy Bitcoin, we can just see we've got a market structure change now. Okay, so 1 hour EMA looking nice, coming back, testing that zone. Yep, I could still see us, you know, grind this area out. Not a problem with that at all. Not a problem with that at all. But we do need to find a little bit more dynamic bid in the order flow to push us back. All right. With that being said, let's go and check the lower time order flow with the TRDR console. Right then, guys, back to it in the absolute alpha TRDR console. If you're unfamiliar with this system and console, where have you been for the last 2 hours and how the hell have you been trading? Go grab a free link from the links below. Okay, there's a free trial for this and you just grab a link from below. All right, guys, let's jump in. Right, so here we are. Basically, I'm just looking at the perps chart at the minute on Bitcoin because we do have this overhead supply hitting. This was, let me just go to a 15-minute. So this was over the weekend, and I saw a lot of people tweeting about this, but we saw it well before the tweets because more often than not, using the data provided in here, we are fairly early to the moves and prepared to hit our execution buttons on those trades. Okay, so over the weekend, Binance perps really defending this zone. Nice to see it. Thank you very much. But then as we've come up, they've really, they've just flipped and we've got all this offer. I've not seen anything like this in a long while. So not good to see it, to be honest. Not good to see that at all on lower time frame. Higher time frame, I'm quite happy. Lower time frame, don't like to see that, to be honest. Okay, so we do have a little bit of dynamic bid popping up and meeting price right now. Overall aggregated bid, okay, overall aggregated bid, so that's all exchanges from the TRDR console. We are in supply zone now, okay, so that's just something to be aware of. all I can suspect is I'm not looking at the liquidity chart. Okay, go watch the last video if you're not familiar with that. I cover that slightly. We've had a real nuke in perps liquidity. A lot of orders knocked out the books as everyone gets liquidated. What we say is it's a lot easier to move price up on lower volume when that happens, when there's less orders in the order book. Okay, so I'm not going to get mega bearish when we can see where we've come from. But this is unusual at this point in time for this range, to be honest. You normally like to see this at the very extreme highs, and all we're doing is just battling the low end of the range. So interesting to see this. Just want to see how this develops. Maybe this fades away, we catch a bid and we rotate up. If we do drop lower here because we've got that aggregated supply, yeah, I certainly want to see a defense in this area. Okay. Spot markets, not a lot to see. You can just see you've got your full range value area low and then monthly open here. So we're just sat floating, you know, along that monthly open. We've got a few order blocks here, one at 60k and then much lower down at that 57k as mentioned from the trading view chart. Okay, so 57k order blocks there as well. If for some reason we did get a massive deviation again down into that 57k, maybe Larry and the sales team at BlackRock really want to fill up on some bid, and so just absolute, you know, manipulation down into those zones. Yeah, maybe it's to be. Okay, Coinbase filled some bid. Okay, hit some supply. That's now dissipated, and you did actually have on real lower time frame someone bidding this in this area yesterday, just in the European session. Okay, not a lot to see from other exchanges, to be honest. Kraken have still got that bid down into the 57k, so maybe that is your ultimate deviation. It's just something to think about. Okay, I wouldn't be fearful if we do go down there with the higher time frame trend still intact and some of the macro points of view we've got. Okay, guys, so yeah, just wanted to point that out. I'm not going to deep dive into Ethereum and Solana too much at the minute because I think they're going to still follow BTC a little bit at the minute here. Okay, just watch the order flow in the console as we move along. Solana, let's try and keep that trend. ETH BTC is still ranging, so it looks pretty good. Mentioned that last week, so I won't go over that again. ETH, very similar to Bitcoin, it needs to catch a bid. And we need to get some follow-up. Maybe price is just pinned here for a little while, but let's review that in the TRDR Discord live session later on, half an hour after the US Open. Join us there. All right, guys. If you've been struggling with the price action, join us in the Academy. Okay, we've got a private section in the Discord as well, where I'm actually going to probably be posting a few more charts and analysis in there. All right, guys. So join us in the Academy. Some free features on here as well, if it can be of any interest to you. Risk Reward by CoinCarl, DK's order book overlay. Get familiar with this. All right. Some free videos here for you to help you along the way. Bennett's videos are still there. You've got my free videos on the YouTube, and if you're really in need of some bigger in-depth edge in your trading and investing, go check out this Academy. Okay, a lot of work gone into that from the guys and myself. All right, guys, live in the Discord just after the US Open. We'll see you there. Cheers.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it from End?